The Trump administration is attempting to censor Omarosa Manigault Newman in a panic, and they're doing so through a potential arbitration suit. So Trump's campaign has filed arbitration against former White House aide Omarosa Manigault Newman, alleging that she violated a non-disclosure agreement by publishing a tell-all book. She's also releasing audio recordings, secret audio recordings that she had recorded while she was at the White House. And they don't like it because it doesn't make the Trump administration look particularly good. But the question of whether or not they can enforce an NDAA is kind of up in the air, because we're talking about the government, we're not talking about a private business. And so do non-disclosure agreements hold any weight? Are they binding in this scenario? Legal analysts are kind of wishy-washy in answering that question. So we'll see what happens with that. But there are newer audio tapes that are being released now that I want to get to.
All right, real quick clarification on that. Omarosa says she did sign an NDA during the campaign, okay, but that it's a confidentiality agreement during the campaign, but that she did not sign one leaving the White House. That they offered her, and this is interesting, $15,000 a month position, which is considerable amount of money, to go to work on Trump's re-election campaign. So what I got out of that story, and she did not sign that, okay? What I got out of that story is everyone on Trump's re-election campaign has dirt on Donald Trump. That's they're the ones that have, maybe they were incompetent and had to be moved out of the White House. Maybe they were snakes. I don't know what they were, but they have some sort of dirt on Donald Trump. So they move all of them and pay them a ton of money that comes from donors and from Republican small donors as well, and it's used to pay off these people to stay quiet.
Right.
And look, I'm obviously no fan of Omarosa. I think she's just like Donald Trump. I got no use for her. But I guess, it's a little bit of credit that she didn't take the payoff. Probably because she thought she was gonna make more money from the book, et cetera, but at least she didn't take the payoff.
Right, so she had previously said that she was gonna hold off before releasing any more audio because she was concerned that there were some legal ramifications for what she was doing. But apparently that thought was short-lived because today she released some new audio. Now, first I wanna give you some context. There had been accusations by Omarosa that Donald Trump had used racial slurs. And so she had specifically claimed that there was an attempt to spin the news if news came out about Trump using racial epithets. Now, with that said, Katrina Pearson was part of that conversation. That's what Omarosa had alleged. And so Katrina Pearson, who was part of Trump's campaign, started doing damage control and denied everything. In fact, let's give you an example of her on Fox News.
In the book, Omarosa says Katrina had heard from her sources that the tape was of Trump using the N-word. Someone she knew, who knew political strategist Frank Luntz, told her that Luntz had heard it. Lynn, as in Lynn Patton, a longtime Trump aide, reported she asked Trump about it on the plane, specifically whether it was possible such a tape might exist, and he said no. Then she, Katrina, asked him what he wanted her to do, and he said, put it to bed. Katrina cursed and said, he said it. Did that happen?
No, Ed, that did not happen. It sounds like she's writing a script for a movie. I've already been out there talking about this. That is absolutely not true.
So she denies it. The conversation went further. Let's watch the next video.
I want to be clear. You've been around the president during the campaign, since the campaign, since he was elected president. Have you ever heard him use the N-word, any sort of racial slur? Yes or no?
Absolutely not. The answer is no. In fact, the president and his family have been nothing but kind, generous, and respectful to myself and everyone else that I know of color. As I suspected all along, this tape does not exist. Omarosa is just desperate for money.
So then Omarosa comes in and says, look, I have receipts. Everything that I've included in my book has evidence to back it up. And then she proceeded to share that evidence on CBS this morning.
I'm trying to find out at least what context it was used in to help us maybe try to figure out a way to spin it.
Patton then described a conversation she had with then-candidate Trump about making the slur.
I said, well, sir, can you think of any time that this might have happened? And he said no.
Well, that's not true.
He goes, how do you think I should handle it? And I told him exactly what you just said, Omarosa, which is, well, it depends on what scenario you're talking about. And he said, well, why don't you just go ahead and put it to bed? I don't know what the scandal is. No, he said it. He's embarrassed.
Katrina cursed and said he said it. Did that happen?
No, Ed, that did not happen. It sounds like she's writing a script for a movie.
Oops. It turns out that's exactly what happened. So, look, I don't know. Do you all know that everybody on TV is a liar? And I feel like, you know, because the anchors, they take the political people at face value. And maybe because it's just awkward and impolite to be talking to someone and call them out to be a liar. But these Trump people, I mean, and look, it's not like the Democratic politicians don't lie. They lie all the time, right? It's not like Obama's spokespeople don't lie. Now they're treated as angels because of how terrible the Trump people are, right? But they weren't angels. They also lied. Okay, but these Trump people have brought it to a whole new level.
Absolutely.
They're like, oh, there's no such tape of me saying that. Well, here it is. So what? I'm just going to keep lying and lying and lying. And that's Katrina Pearson. I guess she in the re-election campaign. Right.
So how did Katrina Pearson respond to getting caught in that lie? In a joint statement after Manigault Newman's appearance on CBS, Pearson and Patton said, no one ever denied the existence of conversations about a reported Apprentice tape and that they occurred because Omarosa was obsessed with it.
So the half of that is true. So Omarosa is a snake, and I know I should not use an animal as a derogatory term because
animals are innocent.
Okay, but she is, and let's keep it real. She knew she's taping, so she's trying to get them to talk about it. On the other hand, they do talk about it. If somebody came in to me and was like, "Hey, Cenk, remember when Anna used the N-word?" I'd be like, "No, she never did. I don't know what the hell you're talking about," right? What a weird thing to say, right? Whereas they're having a conversation like, I know.
How are we gonna spin it?
We gotta put it to bed, we gotta figure out. And by the way, I mean, let's know it's 3 African Americans in the room trying to figure out how to cover for a president who attacked African Americans using the N-word. I mean, I hope they're happy with how they're getting paid. 2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below, then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.